Often I get told, or people from our community get told, that the countryside is not for you, but very much it is part of our culture and our faith. So the idea came about where I would meet a farmer, Amy, in Cumbria, where we will share our life experiences together, and then to see how much we both do love the outdoors and we both have the same passion of protecting the landscapes and the environment that we're living in.
So guys, welcome to my farm. I kind of farm a little bit at the big times of the year now, but my photography's taken over. And so here I am now with you guys here, and we're going to teach you how to take some nice photos today in our landscape.
Awesome.
Now there's something in photography called the rule of thirds. You can break it because rules are there to be broken. I do frequently. If I just frame this now, what we want is, say for that image there, I would go for a third of the track, then you've got a third of the picture is the landscape beyond, and then I've got a third sky. Can you see that? At the end. You see how that works?
Yeah.
So I'm not just a landscape photographer, I'm not interested in just capturing that. I want to capture what's happening in that picture.
I feel like it's so important to share those stories, because it's from those stories where I found a community where I didn't know there was a community that was needed. It's where the Wanderlust Women came from. It's where my journey began from.
There's a lot of parallels between our lives, isn't there?
After this, we headed back down to one of the barns at the farm to meet Michelle, who led a felting workshop to teach us how to make little felt sheep.
And what I want you to make, it doesn't have to look exactly like this at all. Oh, is a little herd whip.
Like when I moved here, I didn't know that people actually come here to visit and to see the sheep, because they're famous, aren't they, from the Lake District? Yeah.
So how have you found coming to the farm today?
It just reminded me of back home in Pakistan. Just the building, the smell, the hay. You think, oh gosh, and it all the memory just come flooding back.
So culturally within Muslims, is sort of an enjoyment of the outdoors, is it taken up by many, or how is it seen?
So we come from a faith where it's a religion of peace. You know, God talks about how the mountains were created and how each part of the world was created. So we have a very deep connection with that. So we know that there's a spiritual aspect to it.
And so have you come across any negativity doing what you're doing in the outdoors in the Lake District?
You know, when I did first move here, I had my fair share of comments and microaggressions, and I call it polite racism. So it's not like someone
polite racism.
Yeah, because it's, you know, when people try and undermine you, or I used to always get, we don't see people like you in the countryside here, or are you lost, or do you know where you're going, or
that is a parallel to the female farmer who has the rep pulling into the yard, and you go out to go and speak to the rep, and they go, "Is the boss here?"
Yeah, exactly. Can I speak to the farmer?
Yeah.
And just like,
there's a huge amount of discrimination. I think most women who've worked in rural areas, and I've faced an environmental sector as well, the conservation sector has been very male dominated.
I think the positivity always outweighs, and that's the fuel that keeps us going. And
well, I think a lot of people just say stuff online, but actually I think the best thing is what you're doing, which is actually just doing stuff, and because it has such a positive effect. And as you were saying, those little microaggressions, which probably those people speaking to you and saying, "Oh, are you lost?" They would be really surprised that you're a walker, but next time they encounter a Muslim woman walking, they won't be as surprised because they've met one already who was nice to them and just sort of
they kill them with kindness, and that's just all we want to do, is just live in peace and harmony.
It's fantastic that we're getting more diversity, and then Penrith has changed dramatically over the last sort of 10-15 years in terms of the racial diversity.
There's definitely a shift,
and a societal shift towards respect for different religions, different genders.
How have you found today?
It's been really inspiring to hear stories from different women. We don't see the things that other women have to sort of go through and their stories. So it's been really, really inspiring, and we've taken a lot and we've learned a lot about each other, and it's just, yeah, we look different, but we have so many similarities.
I've thoroughly enjoyed you guys coming today. I don't know, it's not that every experience broadens you as a person, and the whole inclusivity about what you're trying to achieve, I realise we're battling that quite a lot in farming, and so we've all got our individual battles.
Yeah, and it's like a sense of community, like just two communities coming together and becoming one, and that's how we felt today.
And we can't wait till you come back.